let's begin. Welcome to the Overwhelm Loop, why you feel stuck even when nothing is wrong. Now, if you are here, I know that you are ready for a change because it has become increasingly difficult for people to follow up on their own decisions. So I know a lot of people register for my sessions, and then there is a real battle up here if they would join. And so if you manage to join and you are here, I want you to give yourself a pat on the back. I want you to congratulate yourself because that is really not only an act of self-love, but also it's showing a commitment. You know what? I'm ready to change this. So well done for showing up. I truly honor you. I'm proud of you. Now, let me know in the chat, where are you joining us from today? Let me know in the chat, where are you joining us from? Oh, thank you for that. Screen shared resumed. Let's see. UK, Finland, Serbia, India, Coventry, Germany, UK, London, Germany, England, Bristol, Sheffield, Netherlands, London, US. Wow, US. Hi. UK, Lisbon, Ireland, Derry, very hot place. Yes. Kieran, London here too. Ken, France, Kate, Leeds, UK, Kate, Norway. Brilliant. I'm very excited to have you all here today. Thank you so much for joining. Now, this session tonight is not about teaching you how to be more productive. It's about helping you see and understand at the nervous system level what's happening in your mind and why it doesn't shut down, especially when you crave some peace, okay? Now, a lot of intelligent people, a lot of high performers, a lot of people who are doing great things out there in the world are struggling and they are exhausted, and they feel sometimes that they are exhausted by life itself. But the truth is that they are exhausted from the internal processing that's happening up here, that's happening in the mind. And so once we make the distinction of what's truly making us exhausted, and once we learn how to get our energy back and how to regain clarity, life starts to shift. Now, if any of this resonates with you, I invite you to say a yes in the chat, okay? If your brain feels busy all the time, drop a yes in the chat. If rest doesn't feel restorative, so you go to sleep and you wake up sometimes even more tired than you went to sleep. If your rest doesn't feel fully restorative, drop a yes in the chat. Now, another one, if you keep thinking about things instead of actually moving them, drop a yes in the chat. And I want you to notice that you are not alone in your struggles, okay? We are in this together and we are going to work through it together, okay? So I appreciate all of you for being so honest and vulnerable, okay? Now, if you struggle to prioritize because everything feels important, drop a yes in the chat. This is a great act of self-awareness. And you're like, hey, this is my reality. Oh, I see what's happening now. Okay. If you mentally revisit the same decisions, so same decisions, you keep revisiting them over and over again. So you made a decision and yet you keep revisiting that same decision over and over again. Okay. Thank you for sharing, guys. Thank you for being so open and honest. Now we can see where your energy is draining. Very important. Now, if you feel stuck but cannot explain why, so it feels like your life is going pretty well, especially compared like to a lot of people, right? But you still feel stuck and you cannot explain, why do I feel stuck? It doesn't make any sense. Drop a yes in the chat if that is your experience. Let me know in the chat if you can resonate with this. Okay, brilliant. So if any of this resonates with it or everything resonates with it, I just want to assure you, you're exactly in the right place, doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. So I want you to trust that something guided you tonight to this session. You could have been scrolling on social media, doing some more overthinking, yet here you are, ready to shift something. So trust that you are not here by accident. Now, our journey together tonight is understanding the overwhelm loop, because there's a loop, and the more you repeat it, the more it feels natural for you to do so. So the more you get stuck, overwhelmed, doing all these things you just said yes to, right? Nothing shifts, then you feel some guilt, and then we reinforce that same overwhelm loop that keeps you stuck and keeps you in your head, okay? Now, once you understand the pattern, you can change it. We cannot change what we are not aware of, okay? Now, the second thing we are going to do is a somatic check-in. We are going to check where exactly in your body you are storing your overwhelm. Your overwhelm is stored in a specific place in your body, and we are just gently going to check in so that you can become in tune and embody. We will embody the awareness we are going to gain, so that you can understand how this overwhelm loop functions and how we can actually loosen it a bit. And then I will help you get some clarity from today and just experience a bit more spaciousness in your consciousness. We are going to do at the end a mental decompression reset. This is a guided 10-minute experience where I will help you understand what's happening up here. And we will make just enough silence so that you can get a bit of clarity and you can understand what you truly need right now, so that you can start moving, not from a place of pressure and overwhelm, but from a place of clarity. And then at the end, I will share an invitation to a deeper immersive experience called Clarity and Mental Decompression System Immersion. And just to reassure you, this is just an invitation. For those of you who resonate at the end of the session and say, I feel like I want to go deeper, okay? So if doesn't resonate, nothing to do about it. So this is me. My name is Christina. I am your facilitator tonight. And I am the first one to say that I used to tick all those boxes you guys said yes to. So everything I am sharing here and every session I facilitate, it's only because I have walked the path myself and I struggled to find the solution that actually works. And so after spending years of understanding what works, what doesn't, after traveling the world, trying to figure out how to fix myself, I finally put together and I brought simplicity to what to me seemed complex ideas so that we can create actually powerful transformation. So tonight, everything I share is just what worked for me and worked for other hundreds, thousands of people by now. And so make sure you play full out, because something in this session will change how you see yourself and it will help you escape this overwhelm loop, okay? We have a code of honor for this session, no distractions. So if you manage to join tonight, you are already a hero, okay? So do yourself a favor, put social media, put any distractions away. And if your brain gets distracted, if your brain is telling you some stories about things you need to do, should do, just tap yourself on the body, snap your fingers, bring yourself back into the present moment. This is how we get to 100% presence. So the mind will be wandering, especially considering that it's overwhelmingly loud. So I want you to snap your fingers, bring yourself back into the present moment, look around your room, and then back into the session so that you can take as much as possible from everything we are going to explore. and 100% participation. Now, again, nobody's forcing you to participate. However, if you choose to participate, what's happening is that you embody the awareness we are going to expand today. So every time you are vulnerable, you're expanding your awareness and you're like, oh gosh, yeah, that's me. Every single time you are sharing your struggles, not only that it humanizes you and it reminds you you are not alone. You've seen the chat, you are not alone. Yeah, we are together as humans going through the struggles. Okay, so every single time you share things about yourself and you allow yourself to be human, imperfect, and really acknowledge the struggles, I want you to imagine that your awareness expands and it allows you to work on it. If we hide it, if we shame it, if we are trying to minimize it, we don't allow ourselves to work on it. We are hiding it in a corner and it stays with us until we change something. Okay, so drop a yes in the chat if you are in to accept this code of honor. If you are ready to play full out, let me see. Okay, I see the yeses. Brilliant, brilliant. Well done, fantastic energy. Now, be honest with yourself and share in the chat what drains you more lately. And I want you to truly check in with yourself and just think, if I am to be honest, what drains me most lately? Is it doing too much or is it thinking too much? Just notice what comes up first without overthinking, because that's your true answer, okay? Let me read. I'm seeing a lot of B's. B. Tanya says, thinking too much. Igor B. Short, I hope I said that well. B. Jane, thinking too much. Derry, doing too much. Natasha, thinking too much. Chance, thinking too much. So thinking too much. Both A and B says Rahul, heals B, thinking too much, doing too much, thinking too much, doing too much. We have a balance there. Okay, so as you can see, most of you have responded B, and some of you who have responded A, doing too much comes from thinking too much. And that comes from someone who was thinking too much and who loves to take action at the speed of thought. So I have a thought and I need to act on it, right? And I used to be a master doing, being. And what I came to realize is that I was never allowing space to see, why am I doing all of this? So hang on, let me slow down. Where am I? Where am I trying to get? And what actions are going to take me there? And instead, I would just act on any random thought, 100 tabs open in my brain. Oh, let me go there. Oh, let me go here. Oh, let me go here and there. And so I was doing too much, feeling exhausted, and I wasn't getting the results I wanted to get because I had no direction. So I was just doing, but never fully stopping and looking, hey, what am I actually doing so much? And what's a smarter way? What's a faster way? What's an easier way to get the same results? And what I thought that it's a curse, slowing down, was never my thing. I was a Ferrari going in all directions. Turned out to be actually a blessing. So once you slow down and you're honest with yourself and you look at where you are and you clarify where you want to be, and then you give some space and time, which we never have when the mind is overthinking constantly, you'll see in a moment. We keep doing things, but we don't know exactly why we're doing it. And we get overwhelmed, we get burned out, we get frustrated because maybe we don't get the results we want because we never align the path, okay? Now, the problem isn't laziness. So if you are here tonight, I know for sure that you are not a lazy person, even if you might consider yourself to be, okay? Overwhelm is not laziness. I see a smile over there. Somebody felt exposed. You're all safe here, okay? So overwhelm is something different, okay? It may seem like laziness. It may seem like you cannot move and you are lazy because you cannot move. But it's actually a mixture of very specific things. It's unresolved cognitive load. So I want you to think about the fact that your mind opens a new tab for every single thing in your life. What am I going to eat later? Oh, that person said something bad. Oh, what happened to me in the past? Oh, what I want to do. Oh, where I'm trying to get. Oh, I put some fat on. Oh, I ate too much. Oh, the weather's like this. Oh, they said that at the news. So your mind keeps opening tabs. That is called cognitive load. Okay. And most of us as human beings right now function in cognitive overload without realizing it. Okay. Now, on top of that, we have constant background processing. So every cognitive load that doesn't get closed consciously. So let's say I'm asking myself, what am I going to have today for dinner, right? And then I start scrolling on social media and I forget. My mind keeps processing. My mind never stops thinking about it until I close it and say, I will have a pizza or I will have a soup just to be healthier, right? So your mind never fully closes a tab until you finish that specific thing or you tell it to close it, okay? Which very few people on the planet do, okay? Now, nervous system hyperactivation. Now, nervous system is hyperactivated. So if you are doing, take that as confirmation that your nervous system is hyperactivated. Why? Because we are meant to be human beings and human doings. So it's a mixture of doing and being. And it's in the being that we have space to plan, to clarify, and to tell ourselves, okay, what do I want to do? And because we don't have this space of being, we keep doing stuff and we keep feeling overwhelmed and tired and frustrated. And we are disconnected and the nervous system doesn't get to balance, doesn't get the dance between doing and being. So as human beings, we are called human beings, right? Not human doings. Of course, we are meant to expand, evolve, and do things. And at the same time, we are meant to enjoy, decompress, leave, do nothing, just be, right? But this part is missing in most of our lives. And so your nervous system stays hyperactivated in doing, constant pressure, constant to-do lists, and then not enough energy to sustain them, okay? And then we have another one, unclosed mental loops, okay? Just as I was saying, if you don't give the brain instruction to close a tab, the brain will keep ruminating on it at the same time at any other 10, 100 tabs you may have open, okay? Now, very important, your brain is not failing. Your brain is just fine. However, the way it's meant to function is the brain, it's meant to keep you alive and well. And so your brain says, I refuse to relax if there's something important that remains unresolved. So let's say you just have negative news. You see a negative news randomly, you just open TV, and of course, TV equals negative news. So you get injected with a negative news. Now, if it involves you or your area where you live or somewhere close, and your brain considers you are in danger, on top of everything else you have, now it's adding a solution to what may happen if that happens to you and how to keep you safe and maybe where do you need to move and what do you need to act. So your brain says, I will keep you safe and alive no matter what, even if that means that I will take any unnecessary information you give me to keep tabs open because they are not resolved, right? So I want you to be in tune with yourself again. There is no right or wrong answer here. I just want you to be open, honest, vulnerable, and check if you are to randomly say a number, how many tabs feel open in your mind right now? Not tasks, mental tabs. How many things do you think you are thinking right now at the same time? Be honest. Let me see. This is something that comes from your intuition. You don't have to overthink it. Let me read through. So I have 5, 47 says Stephanie. Cho 3, Short says at least 32. Great. Justin says 10, Tanya 30, Sabine 7, Lena 10, Rose 6, Igor 69, David at least 4, Hannah says 10, Rahul says mind 3, 4, and Mac more, yeah. Derry says 100, Jane 6, 5, Fiona 20, Wendy says too many. Okay. Okay, and Justin says, I don't think to find my answer. Okay, Justin, if you cannot find the answer, sometimes the mind says, I have too many, I cannot count right now. Okay, so all I want you to understand is that those of you who answered small numbers, it may feel like there are some things you are conscious of and they are around in your background. Those of you who realize that the number is way bigger, yeah, you are catching more of what's happening up here. So I assure you, if you are overwhelmed, tabs are very much open, and there are tens of them, if not hundreds, okay? So you don't have to believe me. You notice in the way you feel, okay? Now, let's explore. Okay, Stephanie is asking a very important question that might help all of you. She's asking if there's a reason I said mental tabs and not tasks, because from what I've said so far about unresolved tasks, she's guessing there's a link between tabs and tasks. Okay, very, very good question, Stephanie. Thank you for sharing that. I think we will help everyone with this answer. So tasks are some of the things you can capture that happen in the mind, and then you are putting them into your to-do list. Mental tabs are things that happen and you ruminate on over and over again. So you won't see yourself overthinking about your ex. You won't see yourself overthinking about what your coworker said at work. You won't see yourself, you won't have it on your to-do list, okay? You won't have on your to-do list that mean things somebody did to you. You won't have on your to-do list what the man in orange declared today again. You won't have on your to-do list any negative news that you heard and connected to. You won't have on your to-do list how exhausting it was to be in the tube today and how you were sweating and how uncomfortable that was, and it felt suffocating, and maybe someone was ill and you were catching their germs or whatever. So your mind is constantly opening mental tabs, and they are literally not always conscious, okay? Your tasks are different. Your tasks are conscious things you capture from your mind's activity and you act on, okay? Now, let me know in the chat if this makes sense and it helps you understand the difference. Okay, brilliant, fantastic. Okay, so our challenge and the reason why you feel most exhausted are not specifically your tasks, are your mental tabs that stay so open and that keep opening every single time you do something, okay? So now let's explore the overwhelm loop, because this is the part that keeps you stuck right now, okay? So there's something that triggers you doing something, okay? Something happens, it's pressure, either from the outside or self-induced pressure. Again, urgency from outside, or you are pushing pressure on yourself. You are making urgency in your life, okay? Something you want to change, okay? That's the trigger. Now, what's happening is that the second step, once you have that pressure, I need to do this, I want to do this, right? I must do this, or I should do this, okay? the mind starts overthinking. Because you have too many tabs open, your mind starts spiraling. What if, but what if that, what if this, what if that? And what's happening in your mind, I want you to imagine more branches are opening. So I want to do this, right? If someone wants to share a specific thing in chat, something you guys want to do but overthink, and then I will help you go through the overwhelm loop and see what's happening on your specific thing. So if anyone wants to share one specific situation where you feel overwhelmed and you end up not doing it, let me know what it is, one thing, and then I'll be more than happy to walk you through this to see what's actually happening underneath. Let's see. Okay, first one, says gym. Okay, that's a perfect example. So we want to do something happens. We want to look good for someone. We just randomly realize that we want to look like a model, or someone made a nasty comment about us and suddenly we want to change the way we look. Or someone told us that we will be healthier, or we told ourselves we want to be healthier. So something triggered that necessity of the mind believing that now it has to go to the gym, right? And instead of going to the gym, the mind now starts spiraling. But what if I'm not good at group training? What if I will embarrass myself because I don't know how to use the weights? What if I cannot connect to anyone there and I will just embarrass myself? What if people make fun of the way I look? Can you see how now the mind, instead of acting and creating a plan, is opening more branches of what if? So I want you to imagine we had an idea and the execution was register, go to the gym, right? And the mind just took a detour. But what if this will go wrong? But what if this will go wrong? But what if it won't happen anyway? Because I love eating pizza every day. Okay. And what if I end up in the same place and I just spend money? Or what if I sign up for the membership and I never show up, right? So mind is opening now 100 other possibilities for just one idea, okay? And every option looks important. What if I just pay it and never go? That sounds valid, right? What if I go there and people make fun of me? That sounds valid. What if I go and I give up the second day? That sounds valid. And so we don't make any clear decision because nothing feels 100% right. So I've just opened 100 branches and 99 of them have some validity to it and feels like, yeah, this is quite valid. And so now I cannot make a decision because there are so many things that show me now that might not be a truly good idea. Okay, so now I am exhausted because I've just analyzed 100 possibilities about going to the gym and not going to the gym. So as soon as you start exploring 100 possibilities for one mental tab, so that one mental tab just generated 100 more, okay, you get exhausted. That's called mental fatigue. So once your decision fatigue kicks in, because too many options, too many conquering ideas, I should go, but I shouldn't. Yeah, but it's not worth it. I might lose money or it might not. So there's already a huge confusion here and your energy is draining because now it doesn't know, should I go to the gym or should I not? Because from those 100 tabs that just open, I don't really know which one is valid or not. It's just so confusing and I'm so tired right now. And so we avoid, and Igor, I want you to share if this resonates. We postpone. Okay, I'm not going to consider this now because it doesn't make any sense. I'm confused, I'm tired. You distract yourself, you do something else, you do anything else to avoid, escape starting that. And now a week passes by, or sometimes immediately, but sometimes a week passes by or 2 weeks, and now you feel bad. I should have gone to the gym. Summer is coming. I should have started already. Why did I do it? Oh my God, why? Because it felt the right thing to go to the gym. That's why I had the idea in the first place, right? And when the guilt kicks in, guess what? The same loop restarts. You restart processing all over again. Something happens, and then you overthink it. Your brain opens a pile of possibilities which drain you. So you don't make any decision because now you don't know which one is the clean decision. And now you get drained and you avoid it. And then you feel guilty. And then as soon as you feel guilty, the cycle restarts. Now, let me know in the chat if this makes sense. So when your mind has too many tabs open, even for one idea, going to the gym, it opens a branch of ideas that make you, oh my God, I don't really know what's the good option. I don't really know what to do right now. It feels like it's so overwhelming, right? Handling 100 options for one idea, it is overwhelming, okay? So when your mind has too many tabs open, clarity can't find a way in. You don't really know why you wanted to go to the gym in the first place. It doesn't make sense. Okay? Fantastic. Okay, good. So I'm glad you guys are getting it. Brilliant. Okay. Now, here's the truth. The mind mistakes processing for more progress. And that's the reason why it keeps you stuck. So your mind says, no clean conclusion. Let's keep going. So every single time your mind is processing the gym, every single time you reopen the tab, and I want you to go through this process with any specific thing you have been postponing, avoiding, saying you'll do it later, and then you would feel guilt, try to restart it again, and the mind keeps blocking you. Because your mind thinks, if I open all these tabs and see all these possibilities, I will have clarity. But clarity doesn't go like that, okay? So beyond a certain point, what's happening is that more thinking stops producing clarity and starts producing fragmentation. So you are starting to think and opening all these branches. Should I go? Should I not? If this has happened, this will happen. If what if this, what if that, right? What's happening, the more branches you open, the more fragmentation happens, because now you are splitting and I don't really know, should I go or should I not? And sometimes the cleanest, simplest way is to stop thinking, go once, see what happens. So when you feel like you're overthinking, action is the cure, okay? Now, I want you to share in the chat, which part of the loop do you get stuck in most? Which part of the loop do you get stuck in most? Where do you feel like you are stuck in most? Okay. Rose says no clear decision, avoidance, 2, overthinking. Okay. No clear decision. Okay. 6, 7, 2, 6, mental fatigue. Brilliant. That's great awareness right there. Okay. Now, depending on where you are, okay, thank you guys for sharing and for being so open and vulnerable, okay? Now, we know from this moment onwards that thinking more is not the solution, okay? Just drop a yes in the chat if this makes sense. When we keep thinking more is not the solution, because we keep thinking, opening more branches, which makes us feel more overwhelmed and then prevent us from making a decision, okay? Now, why clarity collapses before action? So your brain overthinks, and clarity never comes. And in the end, because you feel like there is no clarity, you don't take action. Well, the challenge, and this is a paradox, your brain is opening all these branches to get certainty. So your brain is opening all these possibilities so that someone can say, if I go to the gym, I won't embarrass myself. If I go to the gym, I'll get the results I want. If I go to the gym, I will get that 6-pack. If I go to the gym, I won't waste my money. I will actually show up. If I get to the gym, things will be okay. Now, here's the problem here. Life cannot provide full certainty. Now, share in the chat if you get this. Life cannot provide full certainty. So I can sign up for the gym and I might not go. I can sign up for the gym and I might go for 2 days. I may sign up for the gym and go just for 1 month. Or I can sign up for the gym, things will go really great, I will get my goals, and I will become a gym lover for life. Now, the truth is that life cannot provide full certainty until you take the action. And that's the reason why your brain prefers to not take action, because it says, oh, I can avoid rejection at the gym if I don't start. Oh, I can avoid losing money because maybe I won't go. Oh, I can avoid not going for nothing because I love pizza every day. So your brain wants certainty. Your brain wants to know that if you go to the gym and you pay for the membership, you will get the money. But the only way to know if that's going to happen is by going to the gym, is by trying, is by actually acting on that idea of going to the gym. So what's the first step? Finding a gym. What's the second step? Signing up for a gym. What's the third step? Showing up at the gym. Those 3 steps are action steps. Now, you will never know if you love the gym if you don't sign up first. You'll never know if you join the gym if you don't show up, if you never start, okay? But the brain, when it's opening the branches, and this goes with every single area in your life where you feel blocked, your brain wants certainty. So imagine you are meeting a new person. The moment you meet a new person, your brain wants certainty. They want certainty that they're the right person, that they're kind, and then they're always going to be kind, and da 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 da. Life and humans cannot provide certainty. Why? Because life keeps moving, life is fluid, right? So imagine you register for the gym and you go for the gym for 2 days, and then, I don't know, something happens, the gym closes. So again, how would the brain know that the gym will close maybe randomly without us knowing? So just think COVID, right? Gyms were closed. Everyone had goals and then gyms were closed. And so life cannot provide certainty. So I want you to think about everything you have been postponing and clarifying with yourself how your brain might be seeking certainty before taking action. Because if the brain is looking for certainty before taking action, your brain will keep you stuck forever, okay? Why? Because certainty comes only after action. You have certainty that is going to work or certainty that is not going to work, okay? But that certainty you are looking for is coming only by taking action, okay? So your brain keeps processing, keeps searching, keeps checking, keeps reevaluating, looking for certainty. A certainty that is not coming unless you take action. So every single thing you have been blocked in right now, the reason why it's blocked is because the brain wants certainty. Certainty that that thing is a good idea, certainty that that thing will keep you safe. But as I was sharing, there is no certainty. Life doesn't provide with certainty unless you walk the path and then you decide, oh, well, that worked. Oh, well, that didn't work. Okay, so every single time we feel overwhelmed, when your brain keeps processing, keeps searching more information, keeps tracking more gyms, keeps checking for new information about fitness, but never taking action, keeps reevaluating if going to the gym is a good idea, your brain is looking for certainty that he will never find, okay? And so the way to start moving is by making peace with the discomfort that there is no certainty for whatever you want to start, okay? So every single time you don't have that certainty, it creates hesitation, it creates friction. So what would not be friction? I want to go to the gym and my brain says, yeah, you've been to the gym 2 years ago very consistently. It worked out just fine. You met new people. So if your brain has evidence that things have worked in the past, that friction is removed. If you've never been to the gym, don't really know what's happening there, you don't even know how to do the exercises, you're not confident seeing all those machines, you don't know how to use them, that creates hesitation, friction, and paralysis disguises preparation. So you say, I will do it next week. I will do it next month. I will do it sometimes when it feels more certain. Now, again, that time, that certainty never comes. Your brain wants a certainty that it will only get through action and discomfort. So now, back to you. Think of a one thing you've been mentally circling lately. So just like Igor said, the gym, just think about your thing. That should I go? Should I not? Should I do it? Should I not? Should I do this? Should I start this? Should I not? Share in the chat, what's one thing, what stands out most to you right now that you feel like you've been mentally circling, okay? Okay, Rahul says, relationship, Rose, whether to start a business, okay, whether to do a postgrad or not, would I get financial get, David, to start dating again, Oli, return the dress I bought, Sabine, publishing manuscripts, George says, working on a deadline. Brilliant. So these are brilliant examples. And let's take the example of starting a business because this is the biggest one. And I can speak from experience, of course. Sabine, I can also speak from experience publishing manuscripts, okay? And it goes for everything, getting a new qualification for dairy, working on a deadline, as Shuar says. So think about this. Think your specific situation, and I'll just go through it through the example of business, okay? So think of your specific thing. The reason why we postpone starting a business is because brain searches for certainty, and with business especially, hard to get it, okay? Why? How would I know if I will get monthly income? How would I know if that income is enough to sustain me? How would I know if this is the right path? How would I know if I will get enough money to pay my bills and survive? And so opening a business opens so many mental tabs that then opens so many other mental tabs for a brain looking for certainty. And again, the brain will never find certainty unless you take the risk, you start the business, and you are starting it. So the way to remove friction. So I want you to keep this in mind. Every single time you have a decision, you have been circling, you cannot take action, okay? I want you to clarify with yourself, how can I remove the friction? So I just go back for a moment to the gym example because I feel it's very important for you to see the contrast. So if I've never been to the gym, I don't know how to use the machines. I'm scared that I will embarrass myself. I don't even know what kind of exercises I need. There are two different ways that come to mind right now. I can ask a friend who always goes to the gym to go with me. So, or I can ask him, can I come with you? And just, can you show me around? And can you help me remove the friction and the uncertainty that I'm feeling about starting the gym? Or you can get a personal trainer. This is what I did when I started my fitness journey. I got a personal trainer, and our first session was just showing me around, explaining the machines. And already I was like, whew, I can breathe again. I can consider gym now. And so I want you to think about, how can you remove friction? When it comes to business, coming back to business, a way to manage this is to ask yourself, how can I provide some certainty to my brain, okay, that I will not starve and that I will have money? Okay, maybe I can keep my full-time job for now, and maybe I can start checking in what's the cost of opening a business. I can start checking in what kind of business I want and where do I find my clients. And I can start working at that while the brain has some certainty that I'm not going to starve and I'm not going to be worried about bills and all of that. And once my business grows a little bit, just enough to survive, then I can push it away. So what you want to do is to remove as much friction as possible so that you can start moving, okay? Now, I want you to be honest in the chat and share, have you been taking action or mostly processing the action? Let me know in the chat. Be honest again. I love your vulnerability. You are so so beautiful. You have such a beautiful energy tonight. Okay, let me see. Mostly processing, taking action a little bit, says Cho. Processing, thinking about which action to take, mostly processing. Stephanie says perfectionist tendency. Recovered perfectionist here, Stephanie. It is possible. Sabine says processing. Getting slowly started. Problem of fatigue, not overthinking. Beautiful. So we need to know what's the challenge and how can we remove that before starting, okay? Okay. With lines taking action, but with dating processing, says Justin. Annabelle taking action, but it doesn't help with the uncertainty, okay? Yep. So Chan says perfection and taking action what I should be doing. Fiona says processing, recovering, perfectionist. Fiona, welcome to the club. Recovery is possible. Can you see that? Who here is a recovering perfectionist? Drop in the chat. I think we all are, because we have been taught that we have to be perfect to be loved. We have been taught that we have to be perfect to be accepted. We have to be perfect to do this and do that. Here I am, imperfect, guys, in front of you, doing what I love, and nobody's dying. I'm okay. So there's a blissful, and I will share something vulnerable about me back, my debriefs. So when I first started this journey, I was so imperfect that I would cringe at watching my own videos after the recording. And now, after every session, I watch my recordings and I say, oh, I have been imperfect again. And I just make peace with it. Whereas before, I would criticize every word, every twist, oh gosh. So perfectionists understand me best. So there is life after perfection. And once we accept our imperfections, we can breathe and we can be human again, because being human is being imperfect, okay? And so it brings such a relief to just allow ourselves to be imperfect. Now, we are going to go in the activation in a moment. Before that, I want you to understand what's happening when you experience cognitive fragmentation. So when too many unresolved inputs stay active in your brain, and a lot of them you are not even aware of. So I want you to understand that you are picking up every day new tabs that you don't realize, plus tabs from the past, replaying things that happened, memories, hurts, moments of joy. Your focus weakens, your priorities, you don't know what to prioritize anymore. Your nervous system remains on, and your mental energy leaks everywhere. So I want you to imagine this glass. When you know where you're going, your attention is sharp. I want to go to the gym. All my attention, all my water is in my glass, and I know that I want to go to the gym. I'll register and go. Now, on the flip side, when we have cognitive fragmentation, I want you to imagine I want to go to the gym, and then I want you to imagine this glass breaks in every different area. Oh, but I'm not ready. Oh, but I don't know what to do. Oh, I don't even know how to put it in my schedule. Oh, I don't even have gym clothes. Oh, I've never been to the gym. Oh, I don't even know how to use the machine. Oh, I don't even know what kind of blah, blah, blah. So your energy is focused everywhere now. It's leaking. So I want to go to the gym is not in the glass anymore. So the water flows out. And so you never end up to the gym because you need that clarity to actually act on the idea, okay? So the issue is not that you have too much to do, although it may feel sometimes I have too much to do. Again, I feel like repeating this. The reason why you feel like you have too much to do is because you have too much to think up there, which triggers you to do a lot of things, okay? So what's happening is that too much remains neurologically open. And I want you to look at your brain, similar like this picture. And this picture doesn't really do justice to what's happening in our brain. I want you to imagine hundreds of tabs, emails. Now, social media takes a lot of mental space, and what your friends did, and what your neighbors did, and what your high school friends did, and comparing yourself to their lives and work deadline, and then courses you want to take, and then health goals, you want to start your gym. Then content ideas, you may want to do social media. Then finances, you need to track your money. There's so many things. What if I need to do this, I need to do that? You have communication, you have notifications that keep interrupting you. And so scattered, your brain is scattered and all over the place. So we need to bring the water in the glass. Now, we are going into a deactivation in a minute. I want you to share in the chat, what do you mentally revisit the most lately? So if you are to just randomly check now, what was it that you were revisiting lately, on and on and on? Is it conversations you had, things about the future, money? What's more predominant in your mind right now? Okay. Conversations, relationship, decisions, says Tanya. Rose, conversation with a particular person, broken relationships, conversations, identity, decisions, relationship, conversations, relationship, decision. Too many things, says Jane. Yep. Okay. Now, your mind was never designed to hold this much. Okay. So just think about, if we scroll back 30 years back or 40 years back, you didn't know what's happening in every little corner of the world. You didn't know what your friends are doing at every single moment. You are not aware of everyone's vacations when you are at work, worrying about how you will make the next paycheck. You didn't know what's happening in every single corner of your neighborhood. That's thanks, Facebook. You didn't know so many things that you didn't need to know. You were just blissfully, you didn't have a phone, you didn't have emails, you didn't have interruptions, you didn't have notifications. You were not overloaded with information. And so what's happening now is we are bombarded with information minute by minute. And so the nervous system interprets everything that's happening as unresolved loops. And it says, okay, we need to stay alert. So every single thing that comes to you, your brain opens a new tab and keeps ruminating on it, even if it skips your awareness. So every single unresolved loop tells your brain, stay alert. And when the brain is staying alert, is ruminating, so it doesn't allow you to rest. Even when you sleep, your brain stays active. It doesn't allow you to focus. It's, oh, what about this? Oh, what about that? It doesn't allow you calm decision making, okay? So your exhaustion may not be physical, it may be unresolved cognitive tension. Now, let's do a quick somatic check-in. I know we are running a bit behind. We'll probably be 5-10 minutes over, if that's okay with you. If you have to go, that's okay too. I will be recording the session. So where do you feel overwhelmed in your body? So I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Just close your eyes. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor. Your back is nice and straight. Take a nice deep breath in and a long exhale out. Once again, deep breath in, long exhale out. Just allow your body to breathe. Once again, deep breath in, long exhale out. And just ask your body, where do you feel like it's holding overwhelm? Which area stands out the most? And once you have it, just share it in the chat. Okay, head, shoulder, throat, head, back of neck, head, jaw, and shoulders, throat, jaw, shoulders, shoulders and lower back. Brilliant. Stomach and head, tummy, stomach, chest, head and chest, depends, lower back and stomach, jaw, shoulders, eyes. Okay, great awareness. Now, we are going to shift from the mental noise to mental precision, because clarity, as I was saying, is not created by more thinking, more forcing, or more analyzing. That will keep you stuck. Clarity emerges when a few things come together. Your internal noise is reduced, your nervous system stabilizes, your mental tabs are closed. Just imagine how your computer works when it just has one tab open, right? and how it works when you have 10 tabs open and some music and a video playing, right? And your attention becomes coherent. So I want us to do the mental decompression reset now. And the purpose of this decompression is to reduce your cognitive overload. We are going to create some space, and we are going to create nervous system spaciousness so that you can finally see what truly stands out, what truly needs your attention right now, okay? So everything you need to do for this one is to close your eyes and allow yourself to be guided by my voice, okay? We are not going to be using music for this one specifically so that we don't have any distractions and we can silence the noise, okay? So make sure you have your back straight, feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes if you feel safe to do so. Take a nice deep breath in and a long exhale out. Once again, deep breath in and a long exhale out. One more, just allow your body to settle. Deep breath in and a long exhale out. Now place one hand on your heart and one on your belly and tell yourself there is nowhere you need to get to right now. Nothing to solve, nothing to perform. Just let your body settle. Feel your feet on the floor, shoulders soft, jaw unclenched. Take a slow inhale through the nose and a longer exhale through the mouth. Now notice how quickly the mind wants to continue processing, thinking, planning, reviewing, scanning. Do not fight it. Just notice it. Your mind learned to stay active because part of your system believes if I stop processing, something will fall apart. But tonight, for a few moments, you do not need to hold everything. Imagine your thoughts like open tabs on a computer screen. Some urgent, some unfinished, some emotional, some old. And notice how exhausting it feels to keep every tab running at once. Now, imagine one by one, those tabs gently beginning to close. Not forever, just for now. You do not need to solve everything tonight. You only need to stop carrying everything simultaneously. Feel what happens in your body as mental pressure begins to reduce. Breathing softens, eyes soften, forehead softens, shoulders soften. Now bring awareness to the space behind your eyes. Imagine cool, clear stillness there, like a quiet lake. No forcing, no urgency, just space. Now silently repeat, I do not need to process everything at once. Clarity does not come from pressure. My mind is allowed to rest. What matters will remain. Now imagine your nervous system shifting out of constant scanning, out of hyper processing, out of mental survival mode, and into coherence, into precision, into simplicity. Breathe slowly and ask yourself gently, what is the next step that requires more trust right now? What is my next step that requires only more trust? Now feel your body. Trust that whatever came for you is what you need to focus on right now, and trust a bit more. Notice if anything has changed, not mentally, physically. Your system is remembering what spaciousness feels like. And from this state, clarity becomes possible again. Now take a nice deep breath in and a long exhale out. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you can slowly come back and open your eyes. Welcome back, guys. Let me know in the chat if anything feels different for you. And again, if nothing changed, if nothing feels different, that's okay too. Let me know in the chat. Calm and freedom, says Rahul. More rested, says Rose. Beautiful. Natasha says, thank you. That was beautiful. Cho says, shoulder tension has gone. Beautiful. And Nipuna says, relaxed. Fantastic. Great. Now, this is something that you do when you relax. Derry says, one action is in 3D. Okay, great. Justin says, calmer and more confident, trusting. David says, much more relaxed. Beautiful. Okay, that's what's happening when you allow and you create some space consciously. Sword says, more aware of my body. Beautiful. So when you are more aware of your body, you are not as much up here. When we are up here, we are not aware of what's happening in the body. So that's beautiful awareness. Now, I'm just going to share the invitation. If you are ready to go to the next level, you will know if you are ready. And if you are not, that's okay too. Just trust your own timing. If this session opens something for you and you are ready to change the pattern at the root, the next level of this work, it's deeper, it's systemic. We remove the pattern from the root, which means we have to go deeper than the inside. Now, this Saturday, we are doing clarity and mental decompression system immersion. This is a powerful process where we go deep and we help you remove and get clarity, remove everything that's happening, remove everything that's overwhelming you, and helping you reconnect to precision. It's happening this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It includes replay and an integration workbook, so you can revisit it at any time after the session. It's not about more information. You now understand what's happening. It's actual recalibration. We are helping your system to start moving. So we'll work with cognitive fragmentation, unresolved mental loops, nervous system overload, decision fatigue, and internal noise patterns, so your clarity stops collapsing under pressure. I will be sharing the link in the chat for those of you who feel like are ready to go even deeper and to remove the patterns that are running the show and are creating this. The goal is simple: to help your system return to a state where action feels obvious again, not forced, not overthought, not mentally heavier, just clear, so you know exactly what you need to do. So if tonight resonated deeply with you, then the immersion is likely what your system needs right now. And if it doesn't, that's fine too. This is the mission of the immersion. So I want you to have clarity and have direction in your brain and help your brain get some structure on what tabs you actually need and how to use them so that you can remove the overwhelm and start taking action. So I think someone asked private sessions. Yes, so for private sessions, please do send an email and let me know your specific situation, and I'll be more than happy to get back to you with availability and all of that. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your vulnerability. Thank you so much for playing full out. Thank you for being such beautiful souls, because as I always love to say, you working on yourself not only helps you, but helps everyone around you who gets impacted by you. So you're doing not only a service to yourself, but also to the people around you. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for playing full out. I hope this session helped you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Oslin. Thank you, David. Thank you, Evie. Thank you, Oli. Thank you, Kieran. Thank you, Fiona. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Short. I'm so happy. It was super insightful for you. Thank you. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Sabine. Thank you, Danny.